Okay, so now we've moved over to our Android application. And we're going to go ahead and log in as our crew foreman. This is what he'd see from the field. And the hardware we're using here is a Samsung tablet in a landscape mode. This process works just as well on a phone, but I've got a tablet emulator here that we're going to go ahead and use. The foreman has a lot available to him here. Spec documents for each owner would appear across here, and we could drill in here and get to the specs. I just put some dummy data in here for demonstration. Reference documents, anything that you as the contractor owner wants to have available to your crews. We can go ahead and load in here safety manuals, checklists, policy procedures, whatever is required for them to get rapid access to can go in here. We're going to go into My Jobs. And in My Jobs we can see that we have active jobs, and here's the one that we just worked on. And we also have pending start jobs. So we try to keep these dashboards pretty clean and not too many jobs here, but these are ones that are available or assigned to this crew that they can come in here and start. Or here's the one that's already been activated, and we're going to go take a look at it. And this is called our job day. So our time here is pending. Go ahead and click on that. And the first thing it does is it brings in our crew. So what we're trying to do is manage our crew day to day to day, and it brings in the crew that we set up for the last time was entered. This is our people, and this is our equipment. So we want to get our roster right. We can go ahead and add crew members, equipment, rental equipment here. We can go through and let's go back to our members, modify these folks, step them down, step them up, inactivate them for the day. When we inactivate, is this a permanent thing? You know, it's a personal day. If we say it's permanent, now tomorrow this person will no longer be part of this crew. So we went ahead and selected him off, and I said, oops, that was a mistake. We want to reactivate. Okay. And now the crew is back. So get our people and our equipment right in the morning. If the owner that you're working for requires route sheets, we have a very robust route sheet process where the first thing the guys do is go in and set up their roster, say this is who I have today. And once they have that done and go check, they close and go back to work, and our route sheet process works. In this case here, we're happy with this, and we're going to continue on with the process. We'll assume that they're just doing this at the end of the day, didn't do it in the morning. So now this takes us into our complete work transaction. So here's all the locations that we previously submitted, and we can go in location by location. You can see what our percent complete is up here, and here's all our work. Now, as the unit is completed here, when we go out and come back in, that's going to drop to the bottom of the list. We're going to keep everything in tidy order here so that all the folks are seeing is work that still needs to be done. If we do the checkbox, what it does is allows us to go through and more rapidly complete this. And then depending on what you desire, we can give them a select all or deselect all button, but we're going to go through and complete these, and there we go. We've completed all those. Now this one here, we're going to make a change order. So if you long hold on this, it comes up and say, hey, how many? Well, I'm going to do 2. And why? Inspector said 2. So now I can say this is a partial completion. I'm going to have to come back and do more here, or I'm totally complete. So at this point it goes ahead and processes it, and you can see that I have 2, and in the background it's now generated the change order, and it's pushed that to the inspector for his viewing. Once we're done going through completing this stuff, we can go back to the location selection, or we can just go to the next location in sequence, and we can complete all of this. Now, as locations are completed, we go back. This location, this 100% location, next time we come in, will fall to the bottom of the list, and it will actually not be visible to the crew. There will be a button down there that says, "Hey, bring in all the completed ones." But again, we're trying to keep this app just as fast as we can, and only bring in the data that's necessary. So once we're done with our complete work, this is what we've done today. We go next, and this will take us to our end of day process, where we actually put our time in. We do time on a crew basis first, and we're going to bring it in to our phase codes, and we worked an 8-hour day, and we say OK, and we go next, and we can put comments if we desire, but we're going to go with that. We can add additional tasks here for Encore. They often require that you have the meal break in there. We set up a wizard so that the time gets split with a meal in the middle. You can manually go ahead and add that. But once the crew time is done, our basic crew is going to get 8 hours here. We go next. And now it's going to take and parse those hours to every individual on that crew. It shows their per diem. This can be hidden, and this all can be modified again. We can inactivate the person here or modify their classifications, and we can add crew members. But it brings it in, get it right real quick. Once we're done with the people, we go in and we do the equipment. Same thing here, we can add equipment, we can inactivate equipment, we can modify time for a unit, and give that a lesser time perhaps, greater time, whatever is appropriate. Name of the game, get it right. Get it done every day, have it available to submit into the system. At this point we get a little summary, and throughout this whole process we've got reports available, so we can run reports. Depending on the tool that's being used here, these reports can be emailed as PDFs or Excels, whatever is appropriate. But we now have our time entered, and this foreman is done and is submitted into an approval process where the project manager, general foreman, whomever is designated, can review and approve or reject or modify as appropriate. Again, here you can see reports are available. But at this point we're going to go ahead and take another pause. I'm going to show you a different time entry system.